Hi there and welcome to Introduction to the Tarot. My name's Laura Elizabeth. I'm the founding teacher at Virtual Tarot School. This class is going to be divided into two parts for you today to add up overall to about an hour's introductory class. And you might want to get a pen and paper ready if you haven't got one already. We're going to start with part one today, which we're calling the 7 Secrets of the Tarot. So the reason that the first thing I want to give you guys is this 7 secrets to the tarot is that I feel that there are 7 main prevailing myths about the tarot that are out in our world today, just as a consequence of what little knowledge most of us have actually inherited from our history and our culture's history about the tarot, about what we think of the tarot to be and what we perceive the tarot to be. And there's some correcting to do there for most. And so I like to give this section because I really feel that if people had a better understanding of what tarot wasn't and what tarot actually is, more people would be a lot more interested in the tarot. So the 7 myths I'm just going to go through in order for you, and the secrets are basically the rewriting of these myths about the tarot for our culture. Here's number 1. Tarot is about the future and destiny. And that's a very common conception about the tarot, about what the tarot is good for. And it's very common for people who don't really know much about the tarot to come and ask for a tarot reading based purely on the desire to know something about their future or to know something about their destiny. And the truth of the matter is, after you've worked with the tarot for a while, you realize that choice actually is a big part of what is happening for us as we study the tarot and as we work with the tarot. Choice and empowerment and free will and manifesting are all actually possible when you use the tarot correctly. Reading tarot cards is a part of that. Studying the archetypes of the tarot is another big part of that, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But the tarot is about sort of a lot more, really, than just future and destiny. And when people come to a tarot reading, or they come to the study of tarot, and they instead choose to make that shift into seeing tarot as all about choice and empowerment, what happens is they become empowered individuals. Their energy fields expand. Their lives start transforming. They start manifesting what their soul truly desires them to accomplish on their time on the planet. And the reason that that can all happen when they switch into seeing tarot as about choice and empowerment rather than about future and destiny is that when we view tarot as the future and destiny, what we're really doing is we're disempowering ourselves. We're saying that our future is out of our hands and somehow predestined. When we instead choose to see the study of tarot as a study of the mirroring of our own soul, or the mirroring of the wisdom of our highest self back to us, we realize that we are studying ourselves. This is an introspective art, and in the studying of ourselves, we are reclaiming our choice, our ultimate empowerment, our choice to see our tarot readings and our tarot study as an insight that allows us great wisdom in order to make more and more effective and powerful choices in our lives, because we have more and more powerful information to rely on when we consult the tarot properly. So that's a big change for a lot of people, and it completely turns the tarot into something that feels sort of edgy or fearful or, oh my gosh, what is my destiny? I don't know if I even want to know, that kind of thing, and we're going to talk about that more in a minute. It shifts all of that into tarot being a tool for empowering and manifesting your dreams and desires in your life. So that's myth number one. Let's look at myth number two now. Myth number two is tarot isn't real, quote unquote, real. And what that usually comes from is some sort of critique in a sense of whether or not a person believes in the tarot. Well, believing in the tarot is a really interesting concept in the first place because here's the truth of the matter. The tarot is a systemized model of understanding humanity's role in the cosmos and on the planet. It is as real as any book or sacred text is real. And so it's useful to the degree that its users master it, in the same way that they can find a book or a sacred text useful if they master it to a degree. So it isn't really a question of real at all. It's a question of how to use true wisdom that we actually get presented with when we actually start looking at what the tarot really is. Here's myth number 3 for you. Tarot reading is a very difficult skill to acquire. People have this idea that because there are 78 cards in a tarot deck, they are somehow going to be obligated to memorize 78 different meanings and then 78 more meanings for, what if a card shows up as reversed? So they think there's like 156 different things they have to memorize, and it's really convoluted and complex. And that is not the way the tarot has been designed at all. The tarot was not designed to be a memorization exercise. That completely pulls most of us out of our right brain, our creative brain, and our intuition when we go too much into an analytical left brain skill like memorization and recall. Very analytical process. That's not what we're intending to do with the tarot at all. The tarot is symbol and vision because we're tapping into our intuitive, creative, right brain side when we are using the tarot correctly. So there's very little memorization involved with truly learning to read the tarot. The tarot is in fact designed to be a tool that everyone could use, even without literacy. So it is designed to be the furthest thing from difficult to acquire. And anyone that tells you that it's very complicated and difficult doesn't really understand that the tarot was originally designed for everyone as a universal tool for humans to use to understand the greater nature of their universe and their part in that universe. Okay, so myth number 4. Tarot cards could show you scary, unavoidable stuff you'd rather not know about. Well, the reality here is that really can never happen because the tarot is a mirror of your innermost highest self. So therefore, all that the tarot is the tarot is a tool to improve your life through. Your higher self always has your best interests at heart, and so does the tarot's mirror of your highest self. How can your highest self ever be seen to have less than your best interest at heart? It's impossible when you think about it. So the tarot can show you something scary and stuff you'd rather not know about is sort of an interesting concept when you understand fully that the tarot is simply a mirror of your own higher self. So why would your higher self be something to avoid? And when people start realizing that that's what the tarot is, it's a tool to improve your life. It's a tool to connect with your intuition. It's a tool to connect with your innermost wisdom and guidance and your highest self. How on earth can that tool be other than in your best interest to have a look at? And, anything that you find that says that the tarot is this scary thing, there really has been a time in our past, I think we could all say safely at this point, there was a time that powers that be did not want all humans to gain knowledge of their true divine natures. There has been, in a sense, a lot of orchestration of how to have humans forget who they truly are. For one reason or another, throughout history, that has often been the case. And so anything that is dissuading you from tapping into your own greater intuition through a very useful, very universal tool like the tarot is only saying that you shouldn't touch that stuff because for some reason they're coming from an outdated, outmoded, kind of fear-based worldview. And we don't need that fear-based worldview now. So I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent on this one, but this is something that just in a sense really breaks my heart when I see people being scared of tapping into their own intuition. And that's really what this fourth myth is kind of about, and that's why it's just a really important one for me to try to rewrite here in this first lesson for you guys. Here's myth number 5. Reading tarot cards is irresponsible meddling and could be dangerous. Well, you can probably already see how this myth, you basically undo the damage that this myth has caused the tarot in very much the same way that you undo the last myth. So the truth here is what? The truth is that accessing your highest self is your birthright. So how can it be meddling? It's your birthright. It's your highest self because it's nothing more than your own true self. It's impossible to meddle with a part of yourself in this way. You can see your highest self reflected in the tarot, and rather than being dangerous, this is a really helpful thing when you think about it, right? Okay, myth number 6. Tarot readers are crazy. Little bit about me. And a little bit about most of the tarot readers and experts and masters that I know of. And there are hundreds of us, if not thousands. Tarot readers are some of the most deeply conscious, deeply connected, deeply present people you will ever meet. Tarot readers have changed my life. They have transformed the way I look at myself in the world and how they have gained insight into how to access a system like the tarot, to access a person's higher self, to connect with that intuitive process that is really a birthright for all humans, is truly a gift in the same way that any healer or energy worker or intuitive worker is a gift to humanity. These are very special people for the most part. And just to double down on that myth busting, here's the final myth to rewrite, myth 7. People seeking tarot advice are misguided. The truth here is very similar to the truth about tarot readers that I have found over 2 decades of reading and teaching others how to read tarot cards. Tarot seekers, the amazing people that I have done so many readings for over the last 20 years, are guided by their higher selves and their deeply conscious souls becoming aware of their journeys and their soul paths. This is the reality of tarot today, and that might feel a little bit different from the reality that you've had about the tarot for most of your life, because our culture and our society still kind of sees the tarot as this taboo thing, and it's up to you and me to go and rewrite that and bring tarot back into its proper place for humans. The tarot is this amazing system of 78 cards. And these 78 cards are what we're going to look at in more depth in the second part of our introductory workshop today. I'm going to take a quick break and stop this video training for you now. And when you're ready, if you need to take a break, you can dive back into the second part of this training, which you'll find directly under this video. But just real quick before we log off on part 1 here, I do want to remind everyone that we have a special compendium package offer available for you this week only. I'll be chatting to you a lot more about the full details of this compendium package offer at the very end of the part 2 of the training, at the very end of the next 30-minute training. But I did want to really quickly remind you that we do have this going on a special offer at the bottom of this page for you today, because it does give you over $1,000 off my most comprehensive package of tarot trainings to date. This training package includes beginner level courses with Tarot 101 and 102, Advanced Tarot 201 and 202, and Master's Tarot courses 301 and 302. We'll talk about all of those a little bit more for you at the end of video 2. But just for you guys this week, for the first 40 sign-ups only, and I can only do the first 40 for this, we're going to be giving away an additional 5-month comped membership in our private Tarot Mastery Club. Now, ordinarily, this is a $75 a month thing that people sign up for all by itself, which means that this is a $375 bonus on here. And the Tarot Mastery Club basically gives you access to exclusive master's levels trainings that we're doing with our Mastery Club every single week in private teleseminars with them, where they get individual access to me. I do some live demo readings for them on a lot of these teleseminars, and we go through some more advanced level coursework, and we also go through some coursework that really nicely links the study of the tarot to the study of the sacred seasons of the cosmic year and the cosmic rhythms and the earth rhythms, the vibrational rhythms that we travel through each and every year on the planet. So it's an amazing little membership that brings all of that together for you with some exclusive private tarot teleseminars weekly. And you get a 5-month comped membership in the Tarot Mastery Club if you're one of the first 40 sign-ups to sign up this week. So I'll chat a lot more about this compendium package to you at the end of video number 2 here. But just in case being one of those first 40 sign-ups is very appealing to you, you might want to go and jump on that right now, and that way you know that you're in. If you see a buy now button on this page, it means we still have some of those 40 spots available in this package, and you could take advantage of this and get in as a 5-month comped membership with this compendium package offer. But that's only for the first 40, only if you see a buy now button on this page. And we'll talk about this more at the end of training 2. We'll go ahead and start training 2 whenever you're ready now. Just go ahead and scroll down and press play on video number 2, and we'll unpack the makeup of the 78 cards of the tarot for you in training number 2. We'll be talking about the 4 suits of the tarot, the minor arcana cards in the tarot versus the majors, and what the difference there is and what all of that means for you. The goal, really, by the time you end the 30-minute training that's coming up next for you, you're going to be able to do your very first tarot card reading. And we're going to get you there in the next 30 minutes. So hang tight, take a break if you need to, and we will see you in training number 2.